So we'll be like distinguishing our items, inventory items into these categories. Okay, we'll be assigning these templates to them.
So
So if we
model
say
option class. What is the other one? Just a regular item. Okay, that's
it's
the
a
finish
it's
it.
a regular item, finished
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
or we can say the standard item,
Okay,
or finished good, or purchased item.
okay,
Purchased item will come into the picture for PTO item.
got it.
Yeah. So this is how the thing is. The configuration, like suppose we have a laptop. Sorry, I have the laptop, 200 GB hard disk, 2 GB RAM. All these act as an item for us. And this laptop configuration, 500 GB hard disk, 4 GB RAM, anything. So basically, what's ATO is just an assemble to order. We have the uh, when you buy some mobile on Amazon, right? They give the directly the configurations, 4 GB RAM, 64 GB memory, and all with whatever the things. So and whenever you purchase it, you will get it as an assembled only, right? Completely the phone, and not as a separate part. So that's nothing but an ATO things.
Okay,
Okay. So ATO model. Let's start with the ATO model. So this is the actual, the top model that the customer orders to us, and that includes the optional items, whether we need it or we non need it, and all. Then we go to the ATO option class. Generally, this is, I should say, just to put it in hierarchy, just to drive this standard item, will have this option class between the model and the item. Okay.
okay,
This will never be act as in your physical part. Your physical part will be either the model top level, and whatever the child's under it will be your items.
items. Okay,
Third ones. Yeah. This is the idea. Item you make in a response to a customer order. This one.
okay,
So this is how. Whenever we do the ATO things, suppose we have the ATO model and all. Okay. So these are like couple of I should say the attributes which will get set templates. All these are nothing but templates only. ATO model, ATO option class, ATO item, standard item, finished good, PTO model option class, PTO item, CTO, and PTO. All these are like predefined templates. Okay.
okay.
So when we
So
what?
predefined means is already there in our say. Okay, I seeded ones. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
These are the seeded ones. These are the seeded templates.
Okay.
That's what I said, right? The first time.
Yeah,
And when
true.
we assign this to any item, automatically the rest, the setups, these attributes will get set automatically for those items. But along with that, if we need any, we want to make any like our custom template, with suppose okay for ATO model you need internal order and internal orders enabled also check mark going
Okay.
forward. So that time you can create your custom template using the seeded template. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can rename it as suppose your company name or anything, suppose V1 ATM model as a template. So whenever like when you create any new model, you will assign this V1 ATM model. That time whatever the attributes set in this used in this defined in this template, that will be assigned to the item here. The same goes and applies for the ATO option class, ATO item, and the configured item. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the thing. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, tell
What
me.
is what is a configured item versus ATO item? Is a base model. ATO model.
Yes.
Okay. This is a bit
See,
of a
I'll tell you. Yeah, ATO and CTO, right? As I said, one example, right? Suppose you are buying a laptop, okay, and
Mhm.
whenever you purchase from Amazon, it will show you for 6 GB configuration, 4 GB RAM, and suppose 256 GB ROM. So
Yep.
if you purchase this as it is, it will be
Uh-huh.
your ATO.
Okay.
Okay, these are like other configurations also. Okay, will not say. But suppose for the same thing, for same laptop, sometimes you will get right along with the 4 GB, you will get 512 GB ROM option also, right?
Yeah.
So you will select this in the same thing. You will select this one as an
Okay.
separate option. So that time this configuration becomes your
Configured
CTO
order.
configurator.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But how I know, is there any report I can run? Uh,
No report. It just is basically your same thing only.
okay, same thing. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
suppose if you think from a manufacturing perspective, okay, you ordered something or your as I say, laptop only model, right? When you directly order this one, this
Yeah.
configuration,
Yeah.
the end manufacturing company will come to know that okay, this is a standard configuration which they already have it, right? And they will
Yes.
just
Yes.
manufacture it and they'll pack it. But when you select 512 GB as a separate thing, right? Okay, so
Yes.
they'll come to know that okay, for this configuration you should have this 512 GB as an optional.
Okay.
So that time they'll come to that they has to configure it. They have to give pack it separately. It's this act as a base for you. 4 GB laptop and other whatever the rest of the configuration act as a base model for this CTO.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever the configuring your extra configuring it apart from the standard one that will act as a configurable or the last item for you.
Okay.
Okay. Basically, from our perspective, we'll not categorize it. We'll go with the ATO model only. ATO model, ATO item, and all. It's basically the end using. They'll come to know about it. And for this also, for CTO, we'll mark it as an, like I'll show you. See, we'll mark it as a base model for this configured item.
Yeah.
It will be act as a separate item for this. And if you see the difference, we have ATO, yes, this attribute. ATO order will be yes for this ATO model, option class also yes, for ATO item also yes, configure item it is yes. Pick components will not be checked because pick components will only come into the picture for PTO things.
Okay.
ATO will only come for assembly.
Yes,
That
that is
you
correct.
have the parts ready, you'll just assemble it, you'll make the end product.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, so this is about the ATO now. So let's move on to the PTO side now. PTO is again the same as ATO, but the difference is the customer will supply the item in parts to you and you have to assemble it at your own place. Like sometimes we order something, right? So, anything like table or chair or something, or if you order it anywhere. So they will like it's sometimes difficult for them to send it as a whole, right? Some companies do that. So what they will do, they will like send you the parts,
Okay.
different parts, and you have to configure, you have to assemble it at your own place. So that time those items will act as an PTO items,
But
or
these
we
are,
can say like,
if it is a
mm-hmm,
pick to order items, is when we set up an
mm-hmm,
inventory. Okay, in this scenario, let's take a scenario like an example, like a PTO. Is
mm-hmm.
just give me example like maybe we just ordering maybe hey, I just need a RAM, I just need a hard disk, I just
Right,
need
right,
a
right. Exactly, exactly. All these accessories will act as in your PTO items.
like a monitor, mouse or something.
Monitor, mouse separately when you order it, right?
Yeah,
Only monitor, mouse, or RAM, or extra hard disk and all. So
yeah, okay,
those things, those are like just accessories parts, right? That
yes,
doesn't
yes,
need any assembling at all.
correct.
So that acts as your PTO things,
Okay,
PTO items. Now, how this PTO and ATO helps us. Like some company uses completely the ATO, some company uses the PTO. Or like PTO will always be there because accessories and all like such type of things will come into the picture. But some companies will use a mixture of PTO and ATO as well. Okay, I'll show you. I'll give that example for
okay,
it.
okay. But when I run a report in a system items table, is there any way I can see what is the item type? Is the PTO item or A2O item, or right?
Yes, we can have the main.
Okay.
I'll tell you on that table. We have a table name like mtl underscore system underscore items underscore b. This is the seeded Oracle table for the
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
inventory items.
Because I just want to check from my own
Yeah,
system what are the PTO items.
correct.
Okay, that's the reason I'm
Correct,
asking.
correct. We can do that. So all this, suppose if you want to check what are the attributes set in this template also, we have a separate table for this item status tables. Okay.
Item status table. Okay.
Yeah. So in that item attributes table, I'll find it out.
Okay. Okay. No.
So in that also, suppose what all the attributes been set for this template, that also we can see that.
Okay.
So it's basically in Oracle, whatever we save it, each and everything will get recorded into some or the other seeded tables. So coming back to the PTO, we have again the PTO model where with an item with an optional and included items. See, at order entry, the configurator is used to choose the optional item to include for the order. And the order picker gets a detailed list of chosen optional and included items to gather a separately finished item just before the order is shipped. It's the same thing, like I said, right?
Yeah.
So this, whenever you enter something, directly we can get the included items for it, the optional items or the included items for the PTO ones. And this is a PTO item, or we can say as a kit. This is a predefined configuration order because gathered as a separately finished included item just before they ship the order.
Okay.
Let me tell you one thing. Now, whenever we buy vehicle, right?
Where
Whether it's
vehicle,
a two-wheeler, whether we
Okay.
get a two-wheeler
Yeah.
or four-wheeler, they give
Yeah.
some kit, right? Accessory kits,
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
machinery kits like small, small hardware to fit the bolts and all. That
Yeah. Yeah.
kit will get right.
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, right. That set is nothing but your this PTO things. Along with that, separately it will come to you, right? It will not be
P2O.
either configured or it will be there in your vehicle, right? It will be handed
Right.
over
Okay.
to you separately,
Okay. It's like a bundle or something. Okay. I got it.
bundle or something, right? Right. So those
Uh-huh.
act as in PTO things for you,
Okay.
which you purchase it separately rather than your assembled things.
True. But did you tell me in inventory, when it comes to inventory, like I know what you mean is a repairing kit or maybe first aid kit or something,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
those ones in inventory, still I need to create each individual item and make it as a bundle or a kit.
No,
Like
no.
imagine
See,
like this kit got a
in correct. See, suppose your kit is having, suppose three items, right? All
yes,
these
yes, yeah.
three items are PTO items. In inventory, you have to just create these three items, okay?
Uh-huh.
And you have to assign the template,
As
okay?
a PTO.
As a suppose it's as a PTO, right? As a
Okay. Yeah.
PTO, one will be suppose your top cover will be your PTO model, okay? And those three items will act as a PTO item under it, okay? An imaginary item. Then
Okay.
in the bills of materials you will mention that okay, this PTO model, or else I can say the kit will have these three items under it.
Okay, okay. In bomb you do that kind of grouping. Okay, I got
Yes,
it.
yes,
Got it. Yeah.
grouping will do into the form. In
Okay.
inventory will just define what is the behavior of the item, that's it.
Item, I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Parent child relationship will do it in a bomb, everything in a bomb.
Okay.
Okay, so for the PTO, if you see difference, we have the pick components as tick mark for it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the difference between the PTO model option class and assembled to order will not be checked because this we are not assembling it. It's just picking up. It's just like as a separate item for us, right?
Okay.
There is no configured item in the PTO process. Configured means like in the ATO things it will be right. We'll just configure the things and we'll assemble it. So such things will not happen in the PTO. PTO will just as an your finished product or like your separate product itself.
Okay.
Now let's. One thing I need to tell you in this is that again it's with respect to the parental relationship, but I'll tell you. See, this is the hierarchy, right? ATO will have ATO model. Within that, we'll have ATO option class. Okay, we'll have the ATO item. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
as I told you, right, some company uses ATO and PTO in BOM directly. How they will use? We have
Assemble to
something
order
concept like
toward
and
in
PTO
form.
picked order
Mhm.
in the BOM directly. We'll mention the relationship between these two now.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going into somewhat into the BOM, but okay. What they will difference? First thing is ATO will never contain PTO under it. This is the main important. Well, we can never define ATO under PTO. Sorry, we can never define PTO under ATO. Mean to say,
So assemble to order never contain PTO under it.
yeah, under it, correct,
Okay. If it is my laptop is my model, right?
right.
It's a PTO,
See,
PTO order.
within the laptop, like, laptop is already assembled one, right? Your hard disk, your
Yeah.
memory, everything is an assembled laptop.
Yes.
So I cannot have a separate hard disk as a child of it, right?
Okay. It's already fixed. Okay.
It's already
Mhm.
fixed with your assembled one, right? Product. So those things, these PTO things will never come under ATO, but PTO can have ATO under it.
ATO and their own items, like a laptop plus monitor or
Yes, right. Now suppose you're purchasing a laptop and you feel that okay, 1 TB hard disk is okay, hard disk is like okay, but with along with that I need 256 GB SSD also, right? So that you will order separately with the ATO. So that time this act as an PTO under ATO, ATO under PTO.
yeah.
When you shop on the Amazon, they will suggest you at the downside, right? Add this thing also along with you. So when you configure that, when you add up those things, it will go to the PTO model. See how it will be on PTO model. Then you will have your ATO model, which is nothing but your laptop. Okay, and within that you will have your hard disk, RAM extra, which you are ordering,
Yeah.
accessories, right? So this configuration is okay. This configuration can be done, but we cannot have the reverse one. ATO under PTO, we cannot have. You got it right, Ganesh? This one. So this will help mainly at the time of like when anything comes from scratch, right? Requirements and all. So that time
Yeah.
it will help us to understand like, the relationship. Okay. So coming to the CTO, as I said before, the CTO like will have the configure things. It's a method which allows you to configure your final product by selecting the base product. Like along with the laptop, if it's 512 GB, you are ordering along with like instead of 512, you are selecting the 1 TB hard disk for it. Based on this selection, a unique product is generated, right? A new configuration is generated, right? Apart from the standard configuration, this one. So that is nothing but your assemble to configure to order. See here. Whatever the that configured item you are creating it, right? Base model you will say it as an ATO model here.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what's all these things? Just a glance. Configure items are nothing but your ATO items only that were created from a model itself. It's a part of model only, but we are selecting it as a different combination. That's it. So those are called the configured items. ATO items are nothing but the assembled to order attribute set to yes. Whichever items are having attribute ATO attribute set to yes, those are the ATO items. And PTO, for PTO we have pick component attribute set to yes. So this is like a major difference like between the configured PTO and ATO. Now let's move on to the hybrid models as I had explained you right here now. So pick to order models with optional ATO order, this one. PTO with optional ATO model.
Yeah.
See, sometimes laptop will not be the mandatory in some cases. You can directly configure this and order the hard disk and RAM along with this like package, hard disk, RAM, memory, and all, instead of getting the complete laptop. So that is the optional thing. Whereas PTO model containing the assemble to order model. First case if it's a mandatory, or second it can be the optional also. Anything you will be there
Okay.
based on your setups.
Okay. But this
And
optional or is these are all we do in configurator, or we can do anything in inventory. We can't do anything in inventory, right? Just item in inventory.
in inventory, just we are defining the items. In
Item.
bill,
Okay.
we are maintaining, we are saying that okay, whether this has to be optional or whether this has to be mandatory. That will define it in a bill, mandatory and optional things.
Yeah.
Okay, these two things will define it in a bill, and then in configurator, you will decide whether you should drive that part or not based on your requirements.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes what happens is what generally the companies will do, right? So they will create one model, they will create one option class. Okay, suppose hard disk is an option class. Within that, you will have n number of items under it. Okay, now based on like requirements or like countries. Okay, these items are only available for this countries. These are not available with India. These are only available for USA and all. So those mandatory and optional things will handle it from configurator.
Okay.
Which part has to show on the UI and which part has to be driven, that all things will do it in a configurator.
Configurator. Okay.
But from bills of perspective, we'll just say that okay, whether the parent and child has to be mandatory or optional. That's it.
Okay.
Will define the relationship, this relationship will define and will define whether this model should have this option class or not. Now there it is not a case like we'll have only one option class, right? We'll have many option class 1 2 3 4 5 up to n number. So within those option class, which is your mandatory,
Okay.
right? So suppose for an example like when you purchase a laptop, right? Along with
Yeah.
the laptop, you have to supply the charger. It's a mandatory, right? It has to be picked every time. Charger has to be submitted every time with the laptop. It has to be given along with that. It's a part of the model itself, right? So that
Yes. Yeah.
time they will create an option class of by the name of charger, and like they will define the specification under it, right? That time when you mention it as mandatory, right? It has to be picked up at any cost.
But where I mentioned is the mandatory. That is in
Bills will define it.
bill of material. Okay. Mhm.
Right. Bills of material will define whether it should be a mandatory or it should be an optional.
Oh, okay. I got it. Okay.
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 We'll just define a mandatory and optional. But when it comes to the configurator, whatever is the case, if
Uh-huh.
you have to drive the part, you have to write the rule on it.
Okay. As like an example, like
Suppose this is a laptop is a model, okay?
yes. Yeah.
Then suppose this is a charger is an option class, and this
Yes.
is supposed to 20 volts, 50 hertz, something.
Yeah.
India, it's an your item. Okay.
Okay.
First, what I will do that I'll create an items. Okay, in inventory. Then I'll mention that this parental relationship in the bills of materials.
Yes.
Okay, and in bills of material, what else I will mention that this is my mandatory.
Okay.
Okay, but am I mentioning that it has to drive this item? I have many items right here. Suppose
Yes. Yes.
250 volts, 60 hertz. It's a USA charger. I'm just defining it that one of the other item has to be drive.
Ah, okay, I
That's
got
why
it.
I'm maintaining it as a mandatory.
Okay, okay, I got it.
But which item has to drive, that will do it in a configurator.
I got it. I understood. Okay.
Right, right?
Yeah, yeah. But in this scenario, all four items to be created, right? A laptop we need to create,
Right,
we need
right.
to create all three, but different options.
All
One is other one is
right, right.
plus. Last
Correct.
two
Each
are
and everything you have to create.
yes. Okay. Okay. If you go back to the other slide, no, no, just little bit go. Is the other one you just show me in the slide is the item types and all? No, no, not this one. Yeah, they'll stay there, stay there. Yeah, this is the one.
Okay.
Is a
Mm-hmm.
bomb item types. We got a model, option class, a standard, and the
Yes.
standard. Okay, base
Right.
model is base model. Okay,
Yeah.
configure item looking. Okay, so this is the key.
Yep.
These attributes I can get from the item MTL system item table, right? Item type.
Right. Good. In MTL, you will get the which organization it is defined and which what are the item name, description, and all. For the attributes, like you will only able to see what template has been assigned to it, whether it's a ATO model.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is that in MTLIS item P table, so you will come to know what item it is, whether it's a model, whether it's an option class, whether it's an item, standard item. See, in the front end, you will set, you will give it in a mains page. Okay, let me show that. See here, this is the main screen, your first screen for creating an item.
Yeah. 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 This is yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that. So we
Yeah.
have in the right corner, right, user item type. Here you will give whether it's an ATO model, ATO option plus, or ATO item or a standard item. Okay.
Item status. You're talking about user item type. You're talking about user item type, right?
User item type, correct.
Okay.
That is your
Okay.
template one. Item
Hmm.
status, which shows whether it's an item is active, inactive, or in each which what is the state of it.
Yeah, we got in our system we created as a software, hardware, that sort of things.
Right.
It's but yeah, I think the class. I think I need to check.
Yeah. You will get, see, for ATO model, you will have something column as name as bomb type in MTL system B, this table.
Yeah,
Okay, bomb type. So bomb type, if it's a one, that means it's your model, ATO model. If it's a two, that means it's an option class. And if it's four, that means it's an standard item. Okay. I'll show those all those things once
yeah, yeah,
we
yeah, yeah,
create an
yeah.
items and all, right? Yeah.
No problem, no problem. Yeah,
So now engineer to order ETO. This will be like very rare case wherein like you will say that okay, like suppose you have this configuration, right? 256 standard one, but you will say that no, I don't want 256 ROM. I need something like 512 SSD, SSD along with this one inbuilt along with this configuration. So that is
uh,
something like they have to work on it, right? They have to manufacture it separately. They
okay,
have to do their engineering and all because all this these are the standard specifications for them. But this is something like you are asking them to create new. So that time this SS512 SSD will be created as an act as an ETO item for them, engineer to order. This will be the very rare case, very rare case like the company uses. Most of the things they will go either with the ATO and the PTO only. Okay, so this was all about the classification of items into various things. And now coming to the another part is like item attributes. I told you right when we apply the templates, ATO model, ATO item class, or option class and standard item. All these attributes will get set. So this we have. What are the item attributes groups? Main, inventory, bills of material, costing, asset management, purchasing, receiving, physical, general planning, lead time, working process, auto management, invoicing process. Okay. So what we'll do basically, we'll first define the inventory organization, we'll create the item templates, then we use the templates to define the items. These templates are nothing but your ATO item or PTO item, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll assign a status to it, whether it's an active, inactive. Then
Yeah.
what organization we want to enable them,
Yeah.
that
Okay.
transactable out will assign them.
True.
Then what
True.
are the
Yeah.
level attributes, and these are categories, which is nothing but when you properties you will assign to the items, right? It's
Yes.
optional to you.
Yeah. We
It's
also
your
get item categories and catalogs.
right,
Yes. Yeah.
right.
But one thing you tell me, this categories and all
Mhm.
you mentioned me earlier that when we import the BOM into configurator side, we
Right.
also can leverage the categories and the catalogs and the for our
Yes,
use. Okay.
yes, yes, yes. It will all the categories, all the properties will come to the configurator, and we
Okay.
can use that in our roles.
Is there any DFF from item level? Those also come to the configurator?
No, DFF will not come.
DFF will not come. Okay.
No,
Is there
no.
anywhere I can find
On
out? Is there a list or something? Hey Ganesh, when we copy BOM to configurator, these are the fields will be copied over or something. Is there? Are it maybe? Is there any? No, the reason I'm
see,
asking is if I want to do any
haha,
tools in the configurator tomorrow.
haha.
So at least I
See
know.
how it will be that. See, all this DFF and all will be either set at a org level or
Item,
item level,
master item.
right?
Let's take it as a master
Master
item level.
master
Uh-huh.
item level, right? So all
Uh-huh.
those will be there in inventory only.
Okay,
That those
inventory
things
only.
will
Okay.
not come, right? Those things will not come to the configurator. Those things
Okay.
will only come, only the properties categories will there, right? Only that things will come to the
Configurator.
configurator side. Your
Uh,
bond, your parent-child relationship, is your parent-child relationship, okay? And
uh,
whatever the rules, like whether it's a mandatory, whether it's an optional, okay. Also will define in the form like what should be the minimum quantity and what should be the max quantity for it. Those things will come into the configurator,
okay.
okay. But what which attribute will be set up at which level, that will not come. If anything is there that you need to control, like by org level, right?
Yeah.
I mean to say, like, okay, this particular model, it should be only available for US. It should not be available for India. So, but at the end, everything has to be leveraged using the categories then only, because since configurator will not use all this DFF and all. So if you want to leverage such setups, then we have to define it some property, we have to assign the value, and those values then will use it in the configurator then. You got it right, Ganesh?
No, no, no. I got it. I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So this is a comparison I just made.
Oh,
It's a
this is
make
good. Yeah.
item. Yeah.
Hmm.
Item attributes comparison. So basically, when you assign this ATO model, ATO option class, and this is a standard item. See, I told you, right? Bomb item type. When you assign the ATO model, it will act as an one in the table. These are all table values.
Okay, seeded. These are again seeded to Oracle, right?
Seated, right?
Okay.
See,
Yeah.
when you assign the template, all this will. These are the values which will get in MTL system table for that item.
Okay. Okay. If I go and query MTL system item table B
Yes,
is with
yes.
bomb item type is equal to one. Those are all the models you mean?
No, no. Suppose in MTL system B, if you query it as an, suppose the laptop is a model, right? You
Yeah.
will give it as an MTL system underscore B, where model, where we have like segment one. Okay, as
Yes.
in
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
call
I know segment item and yeah.
segment one is the name. So if you
The
give
item
as a
number.
laptop, whatever
Uh-huh.
all these model and attributes are there, right? It will show up to you there. What's the item type? It's an ATO. What's the bomb item type? It's one. Costing enable flag is set as yes. These attributes will you will be able to see there.
Okay. Let me.
So what is the inventory asset flag, purchase item flag, inventory item flag, MRP planning code, planning by code. Then we have MRP planning code, Planning make by code web supply type customer ordered enable flag. This is the customer order flag. This is another one. Pick components, shippable item, bomb enabled flag. Inventory
These
item
are the
status
flags in
true.
MTL. These are all flags available under MTL system B table,
Under
right?
MTL system detail. Correct, correct, correct.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Stock enabled flag. All this built in with flag. All this will be set. See, I told you right whether it's a yes, no, yes, yes. Now, suppose you have any changes in your template, right? You have to do any changes in the template. So these are pre.
Yeah.
Then I told you right. So this you will define as a separate template V1 ATO model template, and you can, as per your requirement, you can set these flags there. These are the seeded values I'm saying, which is from the Oracle for ATO model, ATO option class, and standard item.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Sometimes there will be chance that okay, for this make item or this option class, you have to make it as an option operation pull or web supply type something, right? So
Yeah.
that time, like you will create a separate class for it, separate template you will create, or you will take a copy of this TDate one and you will make these changes there. So that later on, whatever the items assigned with this class, they will have the change over that. Instead of random, they'll have operation pull and all those changes.
Hmm.
So these are the asset seeded item templates, right? AT item model class optional, PTO model, PTO option class, and kit. Kit
I've
is
just
nothing
seen
but
it.
you
Yeah.
will say.
I also got this one. I've seen that one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, this
yeah.
kit also there. I didn't look at the kit. I just look at ATO and PTO. Okay.
PTO, right? It's a kit. I told you, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
generally act as an same pack only.
Yeah. Can you go back to the other one? Is the flags one? Yeah, here. Okay, this is the
Okay,
flag
okay.
you're talking about, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is the critical one. Okay.
yep.
Okay.
So
So
all
when
this
we
like help you in when you debug any issue from like order management side. So like respective things, right? Suppose if any customer is not able to order any item, right?
yeah, yeah.
So there can be the chance as these flags are not set for those item. You're not
Yeah,
able to
that's
get
it.
that item
I
out.
do that. Yeah. Purchasable item and like orderable item, shippable item and all. Yeah, I
Right,
remember.
right, right, right.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
this is just these are not necessary for configurator, but yeah, it's in sometimes it comes to us just for a knowledge. We used to keep this with us. That's it. Whenever if we
Okay.
need to debug anything and all, okay, that will come to us. But it's not our job, like configurator job, that we have to set this. Our job will be like if we from a configurator perspective, I'll tell you if we have to do anything, our role will be simply like create an item first, then assign the template, that's it, then assign the organization, that's it. Once you assign the org, save it and go to the bills of material. From a configurator perspective, the configurator guy will do these things only. Even they'll not create a template also, they'll just use the predefined templates or the company provided templates. If they want to use a separate template and all, I think that will be the role of SCM guy who will
Oh,
create the
okay.
templates and all, or a
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
manufacturer
Yeah.
person.
So, yeah, mostly we have our own templates already created. I
Correct,
don't
correct.
need to create a new ones. I don't think we need
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So that was the thing here. So when it comes to the inventory organizations, right? So as you might be already knowing that we'll first create an item in under the master org, right? Which act as
yeah,
a
yeah.
virtual org.
And we assign it to the different organization for
Different
transaction. Yeah.
organized transactable organization.
Yes. Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
validation org refers to your sales org via order management org,
Yeah. In
SC,
our OM parameters, we
or
do that. Yeah.
parameters, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
No, we
like
do that.
suppose we have master org as VM, M1 is act as an your validation org, and this
Yeah.
transacting orgs will be a different B1, D1, D2 something, where
That
you
is
can
correct.
purchase, sold, and maintain it. So this is like the org's perspective. This is the one like when we have vision operation system, right? So
Yeah,
we'll have
that's
this organization center. This will the fields and all where like we'll create items and all because you already worked on it, like you're working on it. This so the purchase item when we like actually uh, doing this. And there we have another functionality, right? Suppose when you don't want to give the item and all, you directly put the before created item here. From
yeah,
that,
yeah.
whatever the attributes and all that will be set to this new item as well. So as I said, we have the BOM item type as three things: model, BOM option class, and standard item. Here in the bills of material, the inventory, this itself, items, creations, model, screen will have the bills of material tab. There we have that standard model, option class, planning, and product file. So basically, we more use the standard model and option class.
Oh yeah, this is the
Planning
one I thought.
item,
Yeah. This is the good
yeah,
one you mentioned. I remember
right,
the standard one. I know what you mean. There's a standard item. Model is a model.
correct,
Also, I'm
model,
good. The
option
planning and
class.
planning family. What is this? Uh-huh.
Planning and product family, even we have never used it, so
Oh, okay.
maybe this will be like the planning and product family will act as an like directly for the end targets because I have never seen these two things coming up in the configurator. Never.
Okay.
Planning and product family. Like suppose you define some item and that is purely basically used directly under this order management and all. But yeah, let me check with the planning and product family. I'll let you know what's the
Yeah, yeah,
basic
no problem.
to use for that. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. So it's a model I told you. It will have option class and options available with new place and model item under it. Option class. It's a group of related option items, and we are orderable only within a model only. It which contains only the standard items under it. This is the item component is an option.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. These are the rules, bomb
So
rules, the required
these
rules.
are the BOM rules. Maybe I'll take it in a BOM session, like when I
Okay.
start with the BOM
Understood.
things, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
makes
there
sense.
we have all this BOM things.
Okay.
So basically,
Coming
this was with respect to the inventory completely.
Okay. So coming back to inventory, it can be ATO, can be
Mm-hmm.
PTO, or sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it will be engineered item. In rare case, we get a
Right.
separate item to pick up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So from inventory point of view, everything created as item only, but it be
Yes.
classified as a model, option class, or standard item, right?
Right. And that
Right.
too
Okay.
only in the bill. Like
That
when
yeah.
classification will do it in a inventory only. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
relationship will do it in a BOM.
Okay. Got it. Uh-huh.
Classification, or we can say the behavior of the item, how the item should behave, what's the behavior of that item. All those things will do it in an inventory only. But in the BOM, will maintain the parent-child relationship and their characteristics, mandatory, optional, min-max quantity, everything.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes like company what even like couple of I have worked on the projects like so what they'll do that they will have a separate team for this inventory and BOM.
We
So
have a
they will
separate team
only
for
do the thing.
yeah, we have a separate team for inventory, in my company, you
Hmm.
know. So
Okay,
I'm okay with the
okay,
inventory side, but it's a bomb and
okay,
configurator I need to do, That's what is coming to me,
okay,
you know.
okay, okay.
Is maybe where you're, I think this is the where this is really the base for everything, right? If there is issue, I always go back
Correct.
to them and hey, why I can't pick my bomb and
Correct.
yeah,
Correct. Correct. Because we should know that okay, if nothing is issue from the because if issue comes with respect to the item, then definitely we can't do anything in the configurator, right?
true, true.
Configurator we can't even touch the or we can't alter anything for the these three things.
These three things, yes, yeah.
These
But one
three
thing you tell
things.
me. one thing you tell me, like inventory is
Mhm.
created as items, three items, but they by mistakenly they created as a standard item as option class, option item class is a standard, whatever it is. Can we able to
Mhm.
go to the item master and item organization and go and update it manually? The system allow?
You can update it.
We can update the item
You
attributes and
can
item master.
update it. Right, right. You can
Yeah, okay.
update it.
Even if we transacted the
But
item. Okay.
yeah, but the thing is only is that you have to be very careful. Like if the before item is act as an ATO item,
Yeah.
never try to change it to the model.
Okay.
Or if you have created it as a model, never try to change it in some other status.
No, no, sorry, I didn't get it. Can you just repeat, please? Is a
No, suppose like you have created one item where with classification as ATO model, right?
yes, yes.
But it will never come such thing. But okay, due to some issue, don't like we should never change this item type. We should never make this model to again to option class or to either item.
Okay.
Mean to say means once you define it as a model, we should never change its type.
Yeah, no, no. I got that makes sense. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
you are right. Yeah, once created as a model, we are not supposed to change. Yeah, I only
we
worried
are
about
not
option.
supposed to change.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That model must be. They know what they're doing. Yeah, I got it.
Correct. If you
Yeah.
have most of the cases, what happens, things come up with the ATO item only or ATO option class, but never
Okay.
anything will not come to the model. Suppose what happens is that okay, this item we no longer need it now. Correct.
Okay.
What you will do is that you will end it this, or like you don't. This item has some issues and all. Okay, what you can do is that end it this item in the bill. All these things will come into the bill and create a new item under it. Define a new item in inventory and put it under the OC in the bill.
Okay.
That's it. What changes you can do the existing item is you can change the name, sorry, descriptions and all.
Okay.
Item description and all. But again, you cannot change the name because once you start using this in the bills, you went into the configurator, right? And
Yeah.
suddenly, if you change the item name, again it will start throwing errors everywhere.
We shouldn't say the item name or anything there. Okay.
Right, right.
Mm.
Description it's okay because description it's an optional thing.
True. True. The segment one. You mean segment one shouldn't change, right?
Segment shouldn't be changed, right? If you
Okay.
have problem with it, make a end it and create one more item. That's it.
Yeah, I
There is
got it.
no like restriction on creating the item. You can create n number of items.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else you need? Like seems
Inventory side.
any
Yeah, I think inventory side we're good now. I
yeah.
think we're good on inventory side.
Okay.
Um, anything else is I know is other than items. Do we need to look anywhere else from inventory side, or is it this is it? You know.
Nothing. As I said, you right. All these item types and all is completely purely for your OM side or the target side. A
Okay.
configurator person will never bother about it.
Okay.
Whether it's a customer flag is enabled or not, or if any attribute is missing or not.
Okay.
Only what we concern with the attribute, I'll show you.
Yeah.
This is the item, this bomb item type. Bomb allowed you using this checkbox, right?
Yeah.
This we are concerned. Because if you check mark this bomb allowed, then only this model or this item will be able to be set up in the builds. Else you will not be able to use this item in the bomb.
Yeah.
So only here only will like bother about this one only bomb allowed flag. The rest of the things it's completely purely with respect to their costing management, purchasing, procurement sites and all this asset management and all those fields are with respect to the and target things, modules,
Yeah.
fields. From configurator perspective, we are just worried about the organization and this bills of material tab. That's it. And a third thing will come up here, categories, which we will use,
Yeah, yeah. So
because
these three are
categories
the.
will also be defined in inventory only.
Okay.
Apart from these three, there will be nothing which we will see in the inventory. When it comes to the bills, we have to see many things. We'll be like owning many things in the bills,
True.
because
Okay.
bill is the main thing for us,
Okay.
and that bill only will bring it to the configurator and will start driving it.
I understand. Okay.
That's the reason, like you said me right, bill and configurator, the configurator team will own it, bill support areas.
That's the reason is that they give me. Okay, I got it
Yes,
now.
yes.
Okay.
SCM people will never own the bill support areas.
Yeah, they don't. It's the only inventory they're managing at the moment.
Ha,
No.
correct, correct,
Yeah.
correct. Bill support is purely for configurator and configuring things.
Okay.
So I think I'll take the bills in the next class. Like
Yeah,
another class
no
will
problem.
complete the bills of
So
materials.
that's fine. Yeah.